Okay, so oh, it's getting a bit dusty out there. Okay, yeah. So we right view is yeah, it's pretty hard to understand right view even for some monastic. Sometimes we do scratch our head over it but I like to explain right view in a simple way. Sometimes it's like the mind that's always flowing out to the world. Because the Buddhists say the mind that's uncontrolled, that's always flowing out to the world. It will bring suffering to oneself. But a mind that is well controlled, calm, peaceful, and content will bring happiness to oneself. So it basically is the outflowing of the mind. So the mind is always flowing out to the world all the time. So one thing I noticed as a monastic, when I first joined the monastery, I realized, wow, the mind is always flowing out to the world. You can sit quite peacefully in your heart, in the forest, but time to time, the mind will always flow out to the world, to things relate with the world, like with friends, families, or what's happening in the world, like news and stuff. So this outflowing of the mind is a source of suffering, but a mind that's contented, peaceful, and calm, and we'll say free, not restrained, free from this outflowing, brings a lot of peace and happiness. Because when the mind is flowing out, it's like the moral is in our heart is playing out. But if we can see this outflowing of the mind in deep samadhi, where the mind is so calm and so peaceful, where how calm the mind is the mind is as calm as possible, but also purified. So when the mind is pure, it becomes radiant and clear. It's like the defilements is covering up the mind, like the cloud of delusion and defilements. Once those delusions or defilements are clear, you see the mind like a radiant, bright full moon, or the radiant sun. So as the mind purified more and more, then when the mind is very still, free from the hindrance, then you can see this flowing of the mind more clearly. Because Mara is always in the background, always like would say, poking a practitioner. You can do this, you can do that. You can be a great teacher. You can help to establish a big monastery. All this kind of stuff happening in the mind. But when the mind is calm and is peaceful and free, in deep samadhi, then you can see, okay, I see what's happening. Because all this movement of the mind does bring a lot of suffering, even the good qualities. But on the practitioner, if the mind is very calm and very peaceful, you see all this outflowing of the mind, flowing to the world, flowing to the five senses, flowing to the like conscience. Then you can slowly understand that yes, this outflowing is a source of suffering. But if the mind is free from all this outflowing, then it's more, we'll say, how to describe it? So for a practitioner, if you see the sense of a self, then you understand that this idea of self is a cause and condition. If we don't see clearly, then the condition of the āsavas, the outflowing, will just continue on and again and again and again and again. So when we are calm and we are peaceful, and you use wisdom to see this intensity of the mind, one thing and not one thing, that feeds the sense of the self and the ego, it becomes stronger and stronger. We feel like we need to do more things, we need to be more busy, we need to achieve, and it never brings happiness. There's no peace, there's no freedom, because the defilements of mind is very tricky. That's why it takes a practitioner many years to calm and distill the mind through samadhi, through just constantly purifying the mind, where the mind is very calm and very peaceful. Once the mind is very calm and very peaceful, you see this outflowing a bit more clearly. So it's something that we'll say it does take time, but we don't have the teaching. So to get right view, you have to listen to the teaching a lot, because when you listen to the teaching, you get understanding that lead to peace of mind. Then meditation is very important. It also brings a peace of mind, but also discussion on the Dhamma with practitioners and monastic also is very important. Reading the suttas again and again, it does bring peace. Sometimes when you read the suttas over and again, when things make sense, you go, wow, okay, that's powerful. That brings a lot of peace, because when you also teaching is also very, very important for monastic. The more we teach, the more we summarize, because these 5 things, when it's done properly, what will happen is the mind will become calm, the mind will become peaceful, and the mind will become pure. Because sometimes I have speak to some practitioner, and they told me when they listen to a good Dhamma talk, they feel very happy, they feel very glad, and they say like the mind is just radiant, and they thought, wow, maybe that only happened through meditation, but they didn't expect that to arise just by listening to a Dhamma talk. A lot of piti and sukha arise. Okay.